Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting. And our topic today is, when gyms open, will members return? And I know now as we speak, clubs in the Northeast are starting to open, clubs on the West Coast are starting to open, and then throughout the United States, I think another 40 plus or so gyms have either been open for a bit, maybe since the beginning of May, middle of May, 1st of June, thereabouts. And so, will your members return? Let me give you some data that we kind of see just in things we've done personally. I know personal surveys that I've done. I've come back with information that shows that about 90% of people will return, either will return immediately or will return in a few weeks. I think Orange Theory came out and said in one of their reports is that in polling their customers, 80% said they were likely, to return. I think Planet Fitness, who's had some good success so far, I think they've come out and said about 60% of their members have returned. Okay, and then other surveys are showing about 65, 70% are saying that they will return either immediately or just in a few weeks. And so what I want to share with you a little bit is some of the things that I'm seeing right now with client clubs and organizations that we talk to. And there are some organizations out there, I mean, they're jam-packed. They're following, all the guidelines. They're following social distancing, and they're monitoring that to make sure people aren't, kind of congregating together. Hand sanitizers when you walk in, when you leave, throughout the gym, equipment's being sanitized. And so a lot of things are being done there, and there's places that are just flourishing with folks that are coming back. And there's other places where, I mean, it's total crickets. It's really quiet. There's really nothing going on, and it's a real fight, a real struggle to get people in. And the purpose of this video here today is I want to share with you what I'm seeing with these facilities that are having this kind of success, and then what I'm seeing with these folks that are not. And, first things first, as you've heard me talk about before, we have to get our head right on this. If our head's not right, if we are not operating with absolute certainty on this, you can rest assured that our customer won't. I mean, I talked to a gym owner recently, and he informed me that he'd met with other local gym owners, and they all had come to the conclusion that, yeah, it's going to be slow. Yeah, people probably aren't going to come back. And they'd kind of made up their mind that's what it was going to be, and indeed it was, okay? And then I've got others that they take the total different approach, okay? Essentially what they're doing, which is what we teach, is, hey, we're accountable. We're going to play the hand we're dealt. Not every hand we're dealt is ideal. In fact, many aren't, right? This is what separates the folks that get great results and those that don't, is we're going to play the hand we're dealt. We're going to take complete accountability for this. We're going to take complete responsibility. We are not going to make it the member's responsibility to come back, so to speak. We're going to make it our responsibility. We're going to be accountable to create enough certainty with the customer, to create enough options for the customer, to create enough value for the customer, enough benefit for the customer that they're going to want to return at some level. And so this is the message I want to give you. If you want your customers to come back, at least if you want the best opportunity for your customers to come back, for your members to return, for people to walk in that front door, make it about you. It matters more what we think than what the customer thinks in this case, because how we think, how we act, how we behave, that's going to fall into the lap of our customer. And so we want to take action. So one of the first things, if you're not doing this, you really want to start. And this is, have your promotional videos, talking about, hey, here's our promise to you. We're going to have the cleanest, the safest, the healthiest facility in town. When you come back, here's what you're going to see when you return. And walk them through what they're going to see. Walk them through what's going to happen. Walk them through, here's what's happening behind the scenes. And do this, but you have to really promote it. You can't just do it once and think it's done. Okay, that won't work. You're going to have to continually get this message out. People are going to have to see it and see it and see it and see it and see it. And just think about, commercials you've seen on TV for years and years and years. All of a sudden you wake up one day and you know their jingle because you've seen it and heard it so many times. Kind of the same thing here. Just one post is not going to cut it. Okay, even one post a day is not going to cut it. You're going to have to really promote this. And so you're marketing certainty, to your customers. And this is one of the big things. And also you want to market certainty, to your staff on what we're going to do for them and what we're going to do for our customer. And we're showing folks, here's how we're going to do this. We're not waiting for them to decide. And every state's a little bit different on policies. We're going to follow those rules. As a matter of fact, as I've said before, I'd like to see you do a little bit more than what the state's requiring. Okay, it's part of that little bit of differentiation right there for you. Okay, but market to your members, promote this. Understand when I talk about getting our head right and accepting responsibility, people will still buy, people will still refer, people will still do this. Now, you'll find some that maybe aren't quite ready. That's okay. Okay, have an option for them. Maybe depending on the age group of your customer or circumstances with your customer, maybe it's women that might be pregnant, folks that are 65 or older, folks that might feel like they're just not quite sure. Maybe you carve out a 2-hour period within your day where that's when those folks can come in. And certainly keep your digital programming going. Continue that. Don't let, for you folks that did that, please continue that, because that's going to be a big part of what you do down the road. I think a lot of folks, when we were kind of allowed to get away from that and the club's open, it was like, oh, good, that's gone. Okay, and I want to suggest you continue to do it because this is going to be a great resource right now to really, maintain this communication with your customer, but also down the road, it should be a nice profit center for you as well. Okay, and so take responsibility, be accountable. Don't, it's the customer's fault. It's this. Don't make it that. Make it you. And here's why that's so important. That's the only thing you have absolute control over. So try it, see if it works for you. I'd love to hear your comments below. If you're having success in getting your customers back, if you're having success, signing up new members, put it in the comments below. I'd like to hear it. If you're not, love to hear that. I'd love to hear your feedback on this message today on how you can approach that with you and your staff. Again, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. And as always, if you enjoy the content that I present to you to help you grow your business and grow your gym, hey, please, hit that subscribe button. It helps me widen my audience and widen my base and reach more people and actually help more people, survive what is a very unusual time for folks in the fitness center industry. So, hey, appreciate you watching, and we'll look forward to chatting with you real soon. Thanks.